it can be less disruptive. But we also have the downloadable, just audio. And so if you just want to listen to us, then it will take away some of that, that visual disruption. Anyways, and let's start by standing up, finding the top of our mats in mountain pose. Looking down at your feet, separate them about hip-width distance. It'll feel supported for your hips. It also feels supported for your frame. To ground to the earth, lift the toes off the ground and shift your energy forward. And then you're shifting your energy back to the left and to the right so you can ground through the four corners of the feet. And then come back to center. Relax the toes on the ground. Now bend the knees enough so you can feel your shins activate, almost like you're trying to fall forward. Ground your feet, engage the thighs, and then bring the legs to straighten them. Pelvic ball comes to a neutral position. Lift the lower abdominals in and up. The rib cage pulls back and down. This will bring your shoulders forward. Keeping the core tight, lengthen your silence. And then stand up taller by bringing the tips of the shoulder blades, the heart shines forward. Palms slightly rotate forward. Lastly, line of the jaw draws back. Standing with purpose, Tadasana. From a space within, placing the palms together in front of the heart to align yourself with an intention. Drawing your attention into a space of love and gratitude first. Then sending out a wish, a thought, a love for someone. Let's take a deep conscious inhale, sealing out our intentions. And a slow purposeful exhale. This is pranayama breath. Open up your eyes, interlace the fingers under your chin, shifting the gaze up into the sky. Open the mouth, release the breath, loud ha sound. The purpose is to build fire for practice. Inhale through the nose, bring the gaze forward and lift the elbows, widen your rib cage. Exhales, open mouth, loud ha sound, releasing the breath, palms touch and the elbows come close. Inhale, rise to the top. Full breath, let the belly pop out. Exhales, gazes up, contracting through the rib cage, releasing all breath out. Inhales. Can you go a bit further into your lungs? Exhales. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing into your highest, and at the top, go for another sip again. Exhales. Last inhale. Release your breath. Bringing your arms back by your sides and taking mountain pose. From the top of your mat, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold forward, bend the knees if necessary, supporting your low back. Bend the knees here into ragdoll, right and left. Feel the pedaling action, shaking your head, yes and no's. Noticing how comforting it feels to return to your mat. Come back into center, inhale to a long back. Stepping the right foot back to lunge, taking a big step, arriving like feather onto your mat. And build your lunge as you ground the front foot to the mat. Bend the knee enough so you can move your shin forward until the knee stacks above your ankle. And then as the back leg straightens, feel the energy push from your hips up and through your torso to the crown of your head. Inhale your breath. Lower the back knee to the ground. Untuck your toes. Continue to shift your hips as far forward as you can. Hollow the belly. Tuck your chin to your chest. Connecting to the hips as they open. Feel free to deepen. Use your exhale to get there. And releasing, come back to a higher lunge. Tuck the toes back, legs straightens. Inhale the breath. Try to unweight the left foot before stepping it back. Downward dog on your exhales. Pedal the legs and feel into your backside. Spreading the fingers wide, grounding from your toe mounts. Push the earth away. Try to bring the heels in the direction of the mat, not necessarily touching it. On the inhale, find yourself in plank position, shoulders over the wrist, maybe down your knees, maybe on your toes. And let's find the contraction of your abdomen supporting the rest of your body. Notice how gravity is entering your shoulders, entering through the middle of your back, and then entering through your heels, the back of your neck. Shift your weight a little bit forward, and exhale, lower halfway down. Hover there for a moment. Four-legged staff pose. Inhale the breath, then lower all the way down to the ground. Bring your palms a little bit more forward than your shoulders, just a tiny bit. And on your inhale, lift into cobra. Keep your feet grounded, chest lifts. Anchor your hands to the mat, and isometrically try to draw them towards your ankles or your hips. Inhale your breath, lift. Exhale the breath, release. Popping up to the fingertips, perhaps a bit wider. And on your next inhale, second cobra. Engage the thighs, lift your kneecaps, small sips of breath at the top of your lungs. Here's what happens when you lift your gaze. Inhales. Releasing forehead back down to the ground, palms under your shoulders, push up onto plank on your knees at the bottom of your breath. Shifting your hips back to child's pose, toes together, knees a little bit separated, create a space to lengthen your spine. Palms press down as you feel your tailbone lengthen down towards your heels. Connect again. Gratitude for being able to move on your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. On the inhale, come back onto a force. Tuck the toes, hips rise, downward facing dog. Two cycles of breath in. Mouth open, sighing it out. Tension releases. One more deep inhales. Deeper exhales. Heels rise. Inhale the right leg up. Flex the toes. Turn on the lifted leg, guys. Notice if the right hip is lifted, level it with your left one and draw the leg into its socket so you feel really anchored right at the center of your body. Exhale your breath. Lift heels higher. Inhale. Stay here or knee to nose on the exhales. We extend, shift the gaze forward and take a big step to the right thumb. Draw the knee close to the chest, and if the foot steps halfway, use your hand to walk the foot forward to lunge and build it out. As the front knee bends, the quadricep lowers towards parallel, aligning the hips, right hip back, left hip forward. Close your eyes. Inhales. Back knee lower, exhales. Continue to shift your hips far forward, lengthen sidelines. Tuck your chin to your chest to deepen. Feeling traction along your backside. To open the hip further, ground your back shin until the knee's almost weightless. Exhale your breath. And come out, tuck the toes, straighten your back leg, find your lunge again. Stepping forward on your breath in. Stepping or folding forward on your breath out. Palms at heart center, rise up. Pull the heels away from center as you lift up, stacking, articulating one vertebra at a time. Head last. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale to a long back. Step the left foot back to lunge. Once you arrive, ground the front foot through the mat and try to straighten your front leg as much as you can, pushing your hips back in space. Stitch to the thighs like you're trying to close your legs, but your feet are not moving. And engage the front quadricep. Start with the spine as long as you can. And with your exhales, See if you can go further. Belly starts to drape down to the chest, to the knee. Exhale your breath. And winding back to your lunge, stepping the right foot back. Try to lift it first, and then step the foot back to down dog. On your inhale, move forward, finding your high plank. Let's lower halfway down, maybe on your knees. Push back up into plank. Let's lower halfway down. Push high onto plank. Lower halfway down, lower your knees, and straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Knit the rib cage, guys. Lower abdomen lifts in and up. Once you feel safe, feel free to lift your kneecaps. Full body stretch. Inhale through your gaze. Tuck the toes, or roll it back to your feet. On your toes to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Heels rise, inhale the left leg high, flex the toes, and turning on that leg. Exhale your breath. Heels rise higher, breathe in. Stay here or bring the knee to the nose. We extend high. Shifting the gaze forward, take a big step to your left thumb. Draw the knee close to the chest to create lots of space under the body. Push the floor away, front leg towards straight. The longer you set your spine, guys, the deeper the posture becomes. So compromise, straighter back, or perhaps softly bent knees. And then over time, body changes, mind softens. Exhale your breath. And release back to your lunge. Stepping forward on the inhale. Folding forward on the exhales. Sweep all the way to standing. Inhale. At the top, interlace fingers. Release your index fingers. Half moon. Lengthen up and out of the waist with your feet together. Squeeze the inner thighs, body to the right. And moving your hips to your left. Center your biceps next to your ears. As you align your body forward, connect to the edge of your left foot. And then reach up from that point of anchor, out of the waist and into your hands. On the inhale, get long. On the exhale, drive your body a bit further out to the right, holding the depth. And start to explore where you become uncomfortable. And breathe there. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Ground down, reach up. Inhale. Moving your body left and your hips right. Stay connected to the inner thighs. This time the pressure's on the edge of your right foot. Imagine you have a tether onto your palms. The tether's pulling you out. Simultaneously, you're pulling the tether away. So creating resistance. Squeeze the palms, gently breathe in. Moving out further to the left as you breathe out. Now start to explore your range. Breathe, hold. Exhales. And release, come back to center. Prepare for your back bend. Arms can stay high, releasing them to your low back. It's also an option. Separate the feet hip width distance. Pull the heels out away from center. Lengthen your tailbone, lift up into your heart, and you're in the posture, gaze up. Stay here or travel back. As you shift the gaze to the ceiling, your body will move along with your gaze. You can slide the palms down to the glutes, keep them at your low back as an option. Additionally, maybe sliding them between your inner thighs. And then draw the shoulder blades closer and closer together. Pulling the palms into the thighs, thighs into palms. Exhale your breath. And releasing, bringing it forward. Mountain pose. Awkward. 3-part posture. We're going to extend the arms towards the front. If you had a block, imagining you're squeezing it between your palms. Separate the feet hip-width distance or maybe slightly wider. Inhale the breath. On the exhale, bend the knees and find a chair. Settle the weight into your heels. As you shift the weight back, guys, your toes become light. The tailbone lengthens. And now the entire back body is it's lighting up, is being awakened. Noticing, breathing through the awareness, becoming the observer, not the narrator. At your deepest, the thighs are parallel to the floor. And now once you find you're at your edge, perhaps bring your spine back. 3, 2, 1, come back up. From your toe mounts, lift the heels up as high as you can. If you're wobbly, try to press down through the pinky toe mount to lift the heels even higher. When you're ready, bend the knees, but keep the heels as high as you can to find balance, imaginary squeeze of a block between your palms. At your deepest, hips right above your knees. Steady the gaze. Steady the breath. Exhaling, pull the belly button in. And let's bring it up, guys. At the top, heels down to the ground. Third and last part. Bring your knees and thighs together. Squeeze in, internal rotation of your femurs. Lower halfway down or until the hips hover right above your ankles. Steady yourself by focusing your gaze. Softening your jaw, your gaze. To find buoyancy, squeeze the thighs, lift the hips a 1/4 inch. Exhale your breath. Pull the belly button in again and come all the way up into standing. Arms come back by your sides. Mountain pose. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Facing towards the side of your mat that faces the screen, whatever side it is. And then you inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Take a big step out to the back of your mat, arms parallel to the ground. On the back heel, pivot once to the back of your mat. Align your heels in one line. And then bend the back leg where it's now your front leg as you settle down into warrior 2. Press 4 corners of the back foot into the ground and moving your shoulders over your hips. You may feel a little bit of compression along the back leg. And as you bend deeper into your left leg, you may be able, or your back leg, you may be able to bring your front quadricep parallel to the ground. Breathing, holding. Shift the gaze to your back hand. Flip the palm, bent knee triangle, placing the front forearm to the side or quad. And as you find yourself in alignment, draw the legs into their sockets. Push the bottom shoulder up to lengthen the side of the body. At your deepest, open the arm, not necessarily touching the floor. It's not the point. The point is to push the elbow against the knee so your top rib cage spirals open. Focus the gaze somewhere in a drop of sweat. Exhale your breath. Come up to warrior 2, pause. Straighten that leg. Pivot the foot forward. Now pivot the front foot towards the top of your mat. Bending that leg as you lower down, warrior 2 on the side. And check in, what's available on this side? Ground 4 corners of the back foot into the mat. Front toe is visible to the inside of the knee. And try to push through the 4 corners of the back foot. As you bend into that leg, maybe parallel the leg to the mat. Exhales. Shift the gaze back. Flip the palm, bent knee triangle. Placing the forearm on top of the thigh. Organize the low body, guys, legs into their socket support. Lift the bottom shoulder, and then open the arm. Pull the belly button in. Smile through your gaze. Exhales. Let's come up to warrior two, pause. Straighten that leg. Pivot the foot forward, travel to the back of your mat, and you inhale. Arms by your sides, exhales. Sweep high. Big step out towards the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, hinging all the way down, forward to the mat. At the mat, bend the right and the left knee so you can feel the inner thighs open. And returning back to center. Standing separate leg twist. So, placing the right palm under the shoulder, right hand at your low back. Left palm under the shoulder, right hand at your low back. All right, lengthen your sidelines. Get long through your body, and then stacking the right shoulder over your left. Try to level the hips. Pushing through the toe mounds of the feet. The weight slightly forward so the hips are over the ankles. If you have a dial on your left palm, the dial will be turning your hand counterclockwise energetically, just so that shoulder opens. And if your arm is extended, now the top hand is a clockwise rotation, shoulder opens. Inhale, deepen. Exhale, release. Opposite side. Right hand on the shoulder, left palm at your low back. Lengthen your sidelines forward first, and then rotate your torso. Engage the quads, kneecaps lift. The bottom hand is a clockwise rotation. Once your arm extends, the top hand is the counterclockwise rotation. Belly in, inhale, deepen. And releasing the left palm down. Seal the core, open your arms out. Wide like wings, come up. Inhale, powerful. Exhale your breath. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale. Arms by your sides, mountain pose. Sweep high, breathe in. Palms together, small step towards the back of your mat, just outside of your hips. And pivot towards the back of your mat once. So the back foot is going to be a 45-degree angle. Square the shoulders and hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sending the arm that corresponds with the back foot forward and the other one back. Start by fisting your palms for a second and draw the knuckles towards your forearms. Notice what happens to your wrist. This is the thighs. Become muscular with your palms fisted. And then try to soften that enough so that you can sustain. Firm and graceful. Exhale, twist. Release the back hand to the waist, opposite arm to the sky. Hinging forward, all the way to the ground for twisting triangle. Maybe a book, block, or maybe your mat. Separate the feet enough so you can ground the back heel to the mat. Lift up your torso, half lift, stacking towards the same side you twisted earlier. Shift the weight onto your back heel. Aim the crown of the head center to the mat and accelerate the bottom shoulder forward. Well, the palm can be at your low back if you like. Pressing it down opens the deltoid. Extending it up gives you a challenge. Breathe in. Breathe out. And let's release. Bring the palms together. Try to keep your biceps by the ears. In from your core. Rise up. Just pivot towards the top of your mat twice. Back foot again, 45-degree angle. Lengthen your body first, prepare. Arm that corresponds with the back foot, send it forward. Other one back. And then what is your center here? This time, with your palms open, bring the thumb to the center of your hand. And then wrap all the 4 fingers around your thumb. This time, draw the knuckles down so you can feel a stretch through the inside of your wrist. Belly ends to the thighs. Now open your palms, become expansive. Exhale your breath. And release, back hand to waist, opposite arm to the sky, hinging. Bring it forward. Hand on block, mat shin. Right, ground your back heel. Lengthen your body forward, half lift, then stack the shoulder above, twisting to the same side. Accelerate the bottom shoulder forward, aim the crown of the head with the center of the mat, and then reach up. Vibrant, breathe in. Hand releasing, hand down. Biceps by the ears, and palms together, bring it up. Rise. Pivot once to the side of your mat, and step to the back of your mat. Come back, mountain pose. Deep breath in. Sigh it out the effort. Cleansing breath. Finding the center of our mats, this is eagle. Inhale, reach up. And eagle the right arm under the left. Hook at your elbows. Maybe you can reach your palms. If you can, back of the hands against each other. Maybe hands on shoulders. Lower the hips, bend the knees, and lift the right leg as high as you can to bring the leg up, over, and around the left thigh. Foot maybe you're wrapping. If it doesn't, don't worry. Let it hover outside of the calf. As you find your binds, try to bring the knees, elbows in line with belly button and chin. In this style, draw the tailbone down. Keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. Come the shortest person you can. 3, 2, 1. Release, sweep your arms up. Left arm under right. Hook at your elbows, palm placement of choice. Bending at your knees. Sit down, left leg up, over, around your right thigh. And then check in what's available on this side. And once you find it, stabilize by squeezing through the upper thighs and the elbow in your forearm. Notice if the mind resists the posture. Let it be just what it is. Get shorter, breathe. And release, push up. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive and fold forward. Inhale, long backs. Right foot steps back to lunge. Low lunge, back bend. Lower the back knee to the ground. Untuck your toes. Lean your hips as far forward as you can and sweep your arms up. Inhale. Place the left hand on your knee and the right hand at your low back. As you continue to lean forward, guys, ground your back shin, engage the back glute as you start to lift up the gaze through the ceiling. Then draw the shoulder blades even closer. Breathe. Maybe sliding the hand down the glute or hamstring. Option, pull the left knee with your left hand, create traction, or send the arm overhead. Build your edge and breathe in it. Exhale. And bring it forward. Tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. Step forward, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Inhale, long back. Left foot steps back to lunge. Lower the back knee, untuck your toes, reach your arms overhead. Continue to lean your hips as far forward as you can. Right hand to knee, left palm to low back. Fingers face down. Lift up into your sternum, square the shoulders, and travel back. Grounding through your back shin. Turn the back glute on. Take your options, guys. Slide the hand down the glute or hamstring. Either pull on your right knee or send the arm overhead. Exhales. Bring it forward. Tuck the toes, straightening through your back leg. Step forward. Breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Inhale, sweep high to standing. Exhale, mountain pose. Facing the side of the mat again, towards the screen. From mountain pose, reach up, breathe in. Big step out to the side, breathe out. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, dive, swan dive to the mat. Take another runner stretch. If you'd like to go deeper than you did earlier, feel free to go there. Preparing our bodies for a deep stretch on our back of your legs. Let's come back to center, guys. All right, so again, the compromise is bent knees for a straight spine. Start to come first into a half lift, spine straightens. With your spine straight, now bend the knees and notice how your belly starts to drape between your thighs. Let the upper body hang as long as possible and then reach out for calves, ankles, or heels. Now you can stay here, engage the thighs and bottom part of the glutes and start to lift the hips up and towards the sky. You're gonna meet resistance and that's where we hold, we breathe. As the mind softens its grip, the resistance may shift. Over time, patience, consistency. Legs one day may straighten. That's not the point, guys. Point is the experience of the moment, the process of opening into the space, whatever it is. The visual byproduct is a posture. Exhale your breath. And then releasing to a half lift, sealing the core, arms out wide, come up to standing. Travel to the back of your mat, inhale. Arms return by your sides, exhale. Facing forward, hands to feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. As you fall forward, bend the knees a lot. Hands to the ground, half lift. Keep your knees bent until the belly's on your thighs. Then let the chest drape down to your knees. Now sending the hands behind the calves, the ankles at your deepest, stepping your heels on top of your fingers. Now let the head hang down. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, squeeze the thighs and glutes, and lift the hips up to the sky. Accelerate the front of the body down to the earth. And accelerate the back of the body up and towards the tailbone. My voice sounds really funny right now. Breathing through the choke throat compression. Breathe into the space, the lowest part of the lungs, and into your low back. Exhale, your breath lengthen. And change, long back. Inhales, fall forward, exhales. Reach up, inhale to standing. At the top, interlace the fingers, release your index fingers like an arrow. Step the left foot forward, lift and point the right toes off of the ground, and you are in the posture. Stay here, diagonal line, or move into a parallel line with the floor. Anywhere in between is the posture. As you begin to lower, noticing how the right hip has a tendency to lift. Drop it to level with your left. And from the inner right thigh, rotate the femur inward. And then try to be the arrow. The target is being, capital B. Breathe. And release, stepping the right foot back. With control, left foot meets right. Right foot steps forward, lift and point. The left toes off of the ground. You are in the posture. Hold. Take your expressions forward. Stay. Explore. Build your edge. And release, stepping the left foot back. Right foot meets left, mountain pose. Deep breath in. Mouth opens, release. Stepping to the middle of our mat, standing bow. Sweep your arms up and release the right arm back so the inner part of the elbows facing out. Bend your right knee, grab the big toe side of the right foot. Knees together, guys. Find balance first, then explore your kick. The strength of the lower body, powered by willpower to the center of your body. Explore range by being willing to fall. Rising strong if we fall. Build your edge. And release. Windmill the arms up and over. Rotate the left palm up. Bend the left knee and grab your big toe side. Find balance to the four corners of your standing foot. Knees together, balance, and explore. What are all the possibilities available? There's one single one that feels the best. Choose that one. Build your edge. And release. Come back, mountain pose. Let it go, breathe in. Let it go, breathe out. For tree, shift the weight onto your left foot, placing the right foot to the inner calf or thigh. It's a variation. Another way to experience is to bend the knee, rotate from your hip, placing the foot on top of thigh. If the foot springs down, grab it with a palm facing up, opens the shoulder. Then allow that knee to roll down and back. Just avoid feeling pain or discomfort on the outside of your knee. Find your energy upwards. Root down and then become a tree. A tree is a tree is a tree is a tree. Take one more breath. Unwind your body. Stepping the right foot down to the mat. Shift the weight onto the right foot. Place the left foot to inner calf or thigh, or take your option. If you like to work a lower variation, work your lower variation. Take another full cycle of breath. Stepping the left foot back down, palms at heart center, acknowledging all of your work, let it go. Arms back by your sides. We're gonna meet laying down, head to the front of the mat, feet to the back, and recline gentle pose. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide to either side of the body. And then the knees fall out. Either palm on your belly, the other one on the heart. Connect to what's important right now. This moment alone. Full breath in. Full breath out. Third part of wind removing. So let's bring the knees together and draw them onto your chest. Now at your shins, grab a hold of opposite wrists, forearms, elbows. Notice I have to lift my chest off of the ground to reach out for my hands. And then once I have the grip, release the chest back onto the ground. The goal is to try to bring the shoulders and the tailbone as flat as we can. Now breathe up into the thighs. Squeeze tighter and hold the tension. And now breathe up again into the thighs. Squeeze tighter, holding the tension again. Deeper compression, last breath. Inhale. And exhale. And release, grabbing through your shins, rock left and rock right. All right, guys. Yes, it's Monday. So we're gonna get the blues out, reaching the legs up into the sky. Keep the hips and the heels in line with the hips. Now slide the rib cage towards the hips, lift the chest and reach your hands towards the back of your mat. At the top, we're gonna pull the palms up and down. Not really moving the torso up and down, just the arms up and down. This is level 1. Breathe through the mouth when you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Level 2, bend your knees and bring the knees a little bit more forward. Level 3, extend the legs, squeeze the tushy a little bit, squeeze the inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees to your chest. Wait, there's more. Cross crawl, shins to tabletop, fingertips to temples. Here we go. Right leg extends, right elbow to left knee. Switch sides and begin. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27. Dig deeper. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, dig deep, we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oi. Arms and legs extend. Happy Monday to all. Rolling it up, feet flat on the ground, palms extend to the sky facing each other. Now, try to grip the mat with your low back, firming up the core. Inhale, avoid momentum rolling up to sit up. If you get stuck, extend the legs or grab your thighs. Give yourself a squeeze, upward wind removing. Let's turn it over on our bellies, guys. This is third cobra, focusing more on strengthening the middle and upper back and lower back. All right, so keep your feet grounded on the mat, separating hip width distance. Ground through the tops of the feet, palms under shoulders. Inhale, cobra, small sips of breath at the top of your lungs. All right, so once you find length, anchor the feet, zip up your thighs, lift the palms off the ground. Breathe. Open up the arms in a capital T. Keep your feet grounded. Arms strong. Rotate your torso. Right hand down. Gaze to your left palm. Come back to center. Try to keep your hips squared. Left palm touches the ground. The gaze off into the right hand. Come back to center. Lift up to your highest. And release. Left cheek to the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Locust. Chin on the ground, rotate the palms down where they are, and roll them underneath your body, palms facing down. Now you can fist up your palms, guys, if this is too much for your elbows. All right, I'm gonna sound funny again. So, grounding through your feet. Lift the right leg off the ground and keep your right hip pointed again. Internally rotate the femur. The energy enters the oblique and then lifts up through your leg. At the end, hold. And releasing right leg down. Inhale, left leg lifts, point the toes. Notice the subtleties. Breathe up to your highest. And releasing. Third part, mouth on the mat. Inch your hands closer to shorten the upper body. Here we go, guys. Don't think about it. Just lift both legs off of the ground. Breathe. One more inch. And release. Opposite cheek on the ground. Release the palms. Fist your palms. Release your palms. Blood flow back into the elbow joint. Full locust. Since we shorten our upper bodies, we're gonna lengthen first. Notice a tendency to unsquare your hip points, your pelvis. Try to lengthen the tailbone, knit the rib cage, open the arms wide, ready the legs and core. Exhales. Lift up everything off the ground. Small sips of breath in and out. Take your pick. Interlace fingers or reach the arms forward. To your edge. And release. Opposite cheek on the ground. Breathe in. Open mouth, breathe out. Sphinx, come up onto your elbows. Organize the elbows on the shoulders. I like my fingertips at the top of the mat. I'm gonna use them in a bit. You can tuck or untuck the toes wherever you are. Engage your quadriceps so your kneecaps are lifted off the mat, sending the energy from your heels. Now, if your fingertips are at the top of your mat, try to draw the mat towards your hips. And you feel tension in your triceps, simultaneously the elbows pull back. Open the collarbone. Be the observer. Inhales. And release. Body back down to the ground. Big inhale. Slow exhales. Hero. Palms under your shoulders. Let's push up onto a force. Bringing the knees together at the center of the mat. Knees together. Squeeze first. Open your heels a bit and start to sit between your heels on a book, on a block, or maybe your mat. Avoid opening your knees, guys. Squeezing action internally rotates your femur and protects your knees. If you have a reclining practice, go for your reclining practice. Otherwise, you can stay here with me. Placing the palms on your lap, we're gonna create a Mahabandha, which is a triple bind. As you squeeze your inner thighs, your root activates or locks. When you press the palms to your lap down, your core activates or locks. Last one is drawing the line of the jaw back and slightly tucking the chin down. Your throat locks. Now the breath is important. We're rising the breath through that lock, upward pressure in a skull shining inhale. Full exhales. One more time, skull shining, breathe in. Skull shining, open mouth. If you're fully reclined, bring it up slowly. I'll meet everyone in downward facing dog, pedaling the legs a whole bunch, releasing blood flow back into those joints. Come forward, guys, high plank. Lower down. Dhanurasana bow, bend the right and the left knee and reach out back for your ankles or the outside edges of the feet. If your low back is sensitive, grabbing your ankles can be a bit kinder on your back. All right, try to bring the knees closer together. Relax your upper body. Exhale your breath. Big inhale, lift, kicking into your hands. Keeping the air at the top of your lungs, small sips of breath in and out. Perhaps lift the thighs or keep them grounded. Explore. Find your edge. And release. Left cheek on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Palms under the shoulders. Let's push up onto all fours. Camel, guys. Deepest back bend today. Knees separate hip width distance. As you come up high on your knees, hands onto your low back, fingers down like in gym pockets again. Knit the rib cage, lengthen tailbone, gaze up. You're in the posture, stay there. Or travel back. You can tuck the toes, reach for your heels, or just reach for your heels. Try to keep the energy up into your sternum, away from your low back. Keep shining your hip points forward. Become willing. Breathe, hold. Bringing yourself up. Unwinding to a peaceful warrior, neutral backs. Knees a bit wide, toes together. Letting the belly rest between the thighs, arms reaching forward. Breathing in. And breathing out. Tabletop, guys. This is a cat roll. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Neutral spine, breathe in. Tuck the chin to your chest and draw your tailbone down. Push the earth away with your hands and with your knees. Actively feel a compression right at the mouth of your belly. Feel the traction along your backside. Again, breathing through the choke through feel. And my squeaky voice. Exhales. Returning back to center. Sitting back up on your heels, rabbit. You can repeat another cat roll if rabbit is not for you. Find your heels with your hands. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. Tucking your chin to your chest. Start to roll forward. All right, now at the bottom, grab your heels, fingers on the inside, thumbs on the outside. Tuck the chin a bit more, guys. Gaze up into your knees. And then lift up by pulling up onto your ankles. Continue to round your back. As you're rounding your back, you're creating an opening between each vertebrae. Keep the tension in your hands and your belly. Breathe. Heels a bit close together. Hold. And release. Hips down to your heels, rolling up your spine up. Seated position. Send the legs through to sit down. This is stretching, Paschimottanasana. If you want a strap or a belt, feel free to use that. Your towels are also great. Keeping a soft bend at your knees, reach your arms up into the sky and lean until the belly is on your thighs. Keeping your arms in their sockets, just reach up for what's available. Capping the toes with your thumbs if you're in a peace finger grip. Now, as you squeeze the thighs, without releasing the tension between hands and feet, aim your body forward by pressing the heels forward and the hips back. The compromise again is bent knees or a straighter spine. And then bring the gaze between your ankles so the line of the jaw draws back, creating space through the back of your neck. Check in what's available. Soften the hustle, soften the grip. One more breath. And releasing, arms reaching up high back to mountain pose from the waist up. Right foot to the outside of your left. And if you know variation, like bending the knee, draw the heel to the hip, feel free to take that. I'm gonna keep my leg extended today. Flex the extended foot if it is. And then by pressing the right foot to the mat, reach behind you and lift the left arm to the sky. Bring the arm in front or behind the knee, then sit up taller again. The gaze starts in line with the belly button. And with each breath that you're exhaling, shifting it back, eventually until it's over the right shoulder. Slow down the progression. Build your edge. And unwind your body. Give it a counter twist. And switching sides, left foot to the outside of your right knee. Feel free to take a variation. Left palm behind your tailbone, very close to it so you can find an upward lift. Arm reaches up in front or behind your knee. Squeeze the right quadricep. Feel energy lift you up as you twist back. Again, the gaze starts in line with belly button and slowly shifts back. Soften the corners of your lips and unwind your body. Counter twist. Coming back to center, down dog. If you'd rather lay on your back for a figure 4, feel free to do that. Moving into one-legged pigeon. Heels rise, inhale, right leg up. Place the right knee behind your right wrist. Landing the knee on the mat first. Send the back leg back, and then either leaning onto your right hip, bringing the shin forward, or keeping the shin where it is. If you're bringing it forward, flex a foot. Once you come up, guys, come off of your hips, square the hips, and then take progressions. You can stay high, keep opening through the left hip. Bringing yourself forward opens further through the side of your leg and hip. Unfist the palms and unclench the jaw. Breathing completely. Exhaling. To come out, palms under the shoulders, inch the back leg closer, tuck the toes, re-extend your leg in a counter stretch, and moving on to the opposite side. Inhale the left leg high, placing the left knee behind your left wrist. And then make your adjustments. Follow your breath. Relax your jaw and unfurl your eyebrows. Take another full cycle of breath. Unwind your posture again, guys. Hands under the shoulders, inch the back leg closer, tuck the toes, re-extend your leg. Once you're ready, turn around and lay down on your mat. Prepare for Shavasana. Extend the legs to the corners of your mat. Let the feet flop wide open, arms rest by your sides. Noticing the soft buzz of the layer of your skin, your lips and toes. And at some point, this worldview graduates to an ever higher evolution. He sees not only that he can fulfill his own needs with the way of viewing his world, he sees that everyone else could fulfill their needs this way too, if he simply passes on to them what he has learned, sharing his discovery of how kindness changes things. Begin rolling onto the right side of the body, laying your ear under your bicep. And then finding a comfortable seat. Crossing your legs in Sukhasana, easy pose. And placing the palms together in front of our hearts. With gratitude to each of you for showing up on your mats, for supporting each other. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you feel loved. May you walk to this earth with ease. Namaste. Thanks everyone for being here today. Thank you for sweating with me.